Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the webinar Stop Not Working, Start Networking. My name is Dr. Faz. I'm the president of Learn to Grow It USA. I'm an executive director with the Maxwell leadership team. Today, we are going to talk about networking, how to become a master of networking. In our usual educational institutions, they don't teach us certain things. They teach us subjects, but they never teach us those soft skills which are needed to get success in our life. For example, sales. Nobody tells you how to sell your product or services. Nobody tells you how to be successful in your personal life or in your commercial life. The same way, they don't tell you how to do your networking. My friends, in this modern age, your network is your net worth. More the people they know you, more chances are to expand your business, your entrepreneurship, or your services, or your products, whatever you sell. I get this question all the time: what is networking? And this is a very common question everybody asks. So, networking is a developed strategy for meeting and conversing with like minded professionals looking to promote their company, ideas, product, or services. The two most common ways professional network, number one is in person networking, which usually happens in industry events, mixers, and groups. And the second one is via online networks, social media services such as LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Today, we are going to discuss both, but we are going to focus more on in person networking. While online networking is a very effective method of making connections, our target is the personal connection we create through in person engagements. In person social networking refers to the process of connecting and interacting with others face to face without the use of online platforms or technology. It involves building relationships, engaging in conversation, and sharing experiences with people in physical proximity. In person social networking can take place in various settings, such as social gatherings, parties, conferences, community events, workplaces, or even casual encounters in public spaces. It allows individuals to establish personal connections, exchange ideas, collaborate, and form bonds with others. In person social networking also provides opportunities for individuals expand their personal and professional network, meet new people with diverse backgrounds and perspectives, and create meaningful connection that can potentially lead to the new friendships, partnerships, or career opportunities. Now, another question usually people ask: why, what is, and why should we mingle with people? Why you should mingle? Many of us are socially shy or feel too busy to join a networking event, but the benefits for taking the time to put ourselves out there could mean making that connection necessary to grow your business, your client base, or to sell an idea for a product or service. Here are the added benefits of in person engagements. Like number one, improve communication. In person communication gives people the opportunity to read the nonverbal cues when meeting new people. Being face to face with someone also increases the likelihood that your message will come across as you intended. Another thing is build better teams. Attending a networking event increases opportunity for in-person meetings with company groups to get a feel for the company culture. You can also demonstrate your value. It is one thing to read about a company through the social media or potential client, but meeting in person means you have the opportunity to pitch your company, product, or idea in a casual, conversational way. I mean, it's a lot easier. What does networking achieve? That's another question people ask. There are many benefits to the networking that go beyond initial meeting of like-minded people, marketing yourself to or your company, product, or services is a great reason to network, but by attending an event, you are also building relationships, opening new doors, gaining support networks, introducing fresh ideas, increasing visibility. Let's take a look at some great networking options. My friends, when you start doing networking, make sure it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not a quick process. It's a little bit long lasting process, but it builds your relationships forever. So always try to create the visibility first. I usually use the acronym VCP: visibility, credibility, and profitability. You have to be visible first. So by attending these events, you become visible in your community, in the specific industry, wherever you want to get in, and then build your credibility by attending those meetings and by presenting yourself and your product or your service. And last but not the least, once when they are going to see that you are good, whatever you do, and they know you, so then chances are they are going to refer you the people, or also they are going to do business with you. So profitability comes at the end. So become visible, become credible, and then profitable. And one more thing which I would like to explain you uh, in the beginning, that the networking is not hunting, it's a farming. You don't go in networking event to hunt people. Don't try to hunt people, because this is a farming process. You sow the seeds so you can reap it later. You build your relationship, you build your trust first. So uh, let's let's take a look at some great networking options. Where to network? This is a very common question again. Where should I go? What are the keys of networking? Let me tell you. First of all, you have to identify key organizations to join. Now, there are a lot of networking opportunities in your community, from professional meetups. There are some great websites to help your networking search. For example, you go on meetup.com, eventbrites.com, netparty.com, and also local some, and also the BNI, Business Network International, which is the largest networking group around the world. It's a global. They have 888, chapters in 73 countries. So once you find a great place to connect, the next step is to prepare for your event. So how you're going to prepare? Identify the top people locally and internationally and nationally in your organization or in your industry, wherever and whatever industry you belong to, and become genuinely interested in others. And always, which is the most important thing, have your 15 seconds commercial ready, which is called elevator speech. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And also, you have to think outside the box. Another great way of network is to consider options outside of your business target, as sometime finding that perfect contact can happen outside of a business atmosphere. For example, you go to golf courses, or you have some other recreational activities, or you get together with your alumni, or some sporting events, some book clubs, hobby groups, and even hosting events are also great ways to meet like minded individuals based on your mutual interest. Can you think of other not so common places to network? Of course, you can. So, once you are thinking outside the box before, now you're pretty much ready to get into the networking event. But again, before you get there, develop a plan. You should know your plan. The best way to succeed when networking is to show up with a plan and commit to it. Working out your plan of execution should start by asking yourself, what do I hope to accomplish? You have to ask yourself. From there, considering the following steps to firm up your plan. Number one, get clear on your goals. Identify your needs and interests. Decide if formal or informal networking is best for you. Leveraging social media, utilize professional networking platforms like LinkedIn to expand your network and connect with the like minded professionals. Optimize your social media profiles to reflect your expertise, interests, and goals. Share relevant content, articles, and insights to establish yourself as a valuable resource in your field. Engage with others' posts, comment on industry discussions, and participate in relevant groups or forums. Direct messages individuals you would like to connect with, expressing your interest in their work and suggesting a conversation or collaboration. Now, next we will look at how to pitch your idea, product, or service, or company. There is a rule when you get into the networking event, is, which is the most important rule to learn, which is called 12 by 12 by 12 rule. How you look from 12 feet distance, dressing and body language. Are you underdressed? Are you overdressed? Are you properly dressed? How's your body language? So this is most important. As soon as you get into that uh, event place or in a hall, if you're entering in a room and people are there to do networking, first impression is the last impression, my friends. So be careful. Don't overdress. Don't underdress. Usually, I prefer to go with a casual business dressing, not too casual and not very tight business dress too, because it's a networking event. But it has to be business casual because perception is reality. Then second thing is how you come across from 12 inches away. I mean your attitude. Do not complain. People like positive attitude to do business with you. And a lot of time I see when people walk and hey, what a bad day, what a worse traffic to come here, and oh, the weather is not so great, and it's too hot, and all kind of complaints. But people do not like the people who complain for everything because they want to do business with a positive attitude people. So be positive and avoid any complaint even if you feel. Then the most important thing is what are the first 12 words after introducing your name? Like I say 12 by 12 by 12 first. Like usually what happens when you walk in, all the in that event the people are a stranger to you and you are a stranger to them. So you go there and say, "Oh, my name is Dr. Faz," and he said, "Oh, my name is Michael. Oh, nice to meet you," or "Pleasure to meet you." Do you think they were really truthful? We lie to each other that it was a pleasure. I don't even know you. So make sure after introducing yourself with the name, whatever your name is, the first 12 words are very important because they are not going to listen the whole story. Don't try to, like I said, it's a farming, it's night hunting. And don't try to sell anything in the networking event. Again, listen carefully. Don't try to sell anything in a networking event. Only networking event is not to sell, it's just about what you have to learn what to tell. You're there for telling, not selling. Keep in mind. So, what are the first 12 words you are going to say? For example, like we help people make more work less and create referrals for the life. That's a networking group. Usually they do. Like we help people make more, work less, and create referrals for life. This is the 12 words they have. Their commercial. So in this way, same thing. Like let me show you even my own what I use myself. One of my elevator pitches. I assist businesses and individuals to grow through coaching, speaking, and training because that's my industry where I work. So I assist businesses and individuals to grow through coaching, speaking, and training. And when you just say those 12 words, it tells that what is my industry is, where I'm coming from, what is my profession is. It's very visible right there. And again, then somebody is going to ask you, how do you do that? Then we'll go further. But right now, I just want to give you who I am. My name is Dr. Paz. I assist businesses and individuals to grow through coaching, speaking, and training. Now, finding your pitch is very important. I mean, when networking, it's imperative to have a brief overview of your business, product, or service prepared for making introduction to prospective partnerships. This synopsis is often referred to as an elevator pitch, in alluding to its succinct nature and the opinion that a person should be able to successfully pitch him herself business or idea in a minute or less. The time it takes to reach your destination on an elevator. The elevator speech is basically based on, like, for example, you're going in an elevator up to the sixth floor. So you have a very limited time of a minute where you have to introduce yourself and tell about who you are and whatever you do, and tell how you're different than others. So if somebody is going only up to the first floor, the first thing is you have to come out with your who you are, and then, like I said, elevator speech for those 12 words for the second floor, and then the third floor, and then the fourth. By the sixth floor, if somebody is along with you, maybe they can ask you for your business card, which I usually ask myself for their business cards to connect with them later on. Now let's take a look at some key points for constructing a successful pitch, because we have to fine tune your pitch or our pitch, whatever you say. An elevator pitch is meant to be concise, so it is critical to prepare your pitch ahead of time to keep any long meandering chatter to a minimum, thus ensuring that you come across with the confidence and a clear message. Your pitch should include an introduction to who you are and to what you do, as well as a description of your company, your client base, and what is that sets you apart from similar companies or brands. Also include your company goals and something interesting about your brand. Your motivation is to hook them, so aside from being concise, make it impactful. Now, as soon as you entered in the room, like with anything, practice help us to hone our skills. If you are ready and if you practiced your elevator pitch and all these things, if you are prepared for that, it's going to be a lot easier to go through a really smooth process of networking. How you deliver your pitch is just as important as what you say, so practice your speech enough times that you hit a good cadence and feel natural. You want to sound conversational and not like you are delivering an aggressive sales pitch. In turn, you don't want to sound too formally either. So be careful, don't to be too formal, and people won't see you that i- you are just reading a script or something. Make sure you practiced and you rehearsed it very well so it becomes a natural out of your mouth. Your practice should focus on being casual, and body language portrays just as much information as our words. So consider practicing your pitch in front of the mirror with a keen eye on how your body is responding as you speak. It is the first impression that affects the way people perceive one another upon meetings. So this is a very important step. Hopefully, you got my this point. Again, if you are already there or you are in a networking event, the second important thing is your body language, which is throw your body into it. Here are some body language cues to look for when you are practicing your pitch. Like a stance, you should be standing in an open, welcoming position. Then you see these arm positions should not be folded or in any manner that shuts off the person on the receiving end. If you are using your hands to gesture, be certain that you are not pointing at your audience. Hands facing up present a calm, open demeanor. Expression. You should maintain an engaged, active expression to indicate your interest. Last but not the least, which is the most important for me, is to make an eye contact. Shows interest and active participation in the conversation. The people they don't make an eye contact, I don't want to share my personal information to them because it's a little bit shady or shaky to me because he or she is not making an eye contact with me. But make sure your eye contact has to be very soft and very professional. Don't stare and don't be harsh while you're looking at someone. Be gentle, be soft, and be positive. Again, don't forget the handshake. Your hand engagement and grip should match that of the person you are greeting. Be firm and confident, but friendly. And in North America, which is very common because we shake hand with everyone, but in different countries and different cultures, be careful if their culture doesn't allow certain people to shake hand. So don't do it. But still pay the respect and show your affection and show that you are genuinely interested in them. Another question which I get all the time, and I believe you should have that too, and usually you heard that. When I walk in an event, which is a networking event, I am a stranger for all, and they are a stranger. I am a stranger for all, and they are a stranger to me. So, how we should break the ice while we start talking, and which is very important. Because if you walk in and say, "Hey, my name is Dr. Faz," "Oh, my name is Michael. Nice to meet you. Pleasure to meet you," and we are done. Where we are going from here? Do you think we can get the business out of each other? Absolutely not, because we don't know even each other yet. We just know by the names. So, how to break that ice? I use an acronym and you can start the conversation. Make sure the conversation has to be, let me walk through that. So, which is the acronym which I use is called FORM, FORM. Always keep in mind that networking is a two-way street. While you are networking to pitch your business idea, product, or service, you are really looking to establish long lasting relationships. This means what when you meet new people, want to ask as many questions as possible to get them interested in you. By holding a conversation, you can find out if the person you are meeting is the right fit for you as well. So let's look at some steps to share in this conversation, like form FORM. So first thing, after telling each other name, you should ask about family. But again, you ask, don't tell. Keep in mind, networking is all about others, not about yourself. So you say, "Hey, Mike, nice to meet you. Do you live around here?" "Yeah." "Do you live with the family?" "Yeah." "How many people are in your family? Do you have kids?" "Yeah." "How old are they?" "Do you live with your parents?" Kind of thing. I mean, whatever. It depends on situation. How old are the kids? And oh, what school they go? Oh, where? So now When you will ask about their kids and their family, they will be genuinely start paying response to you, and they are going to paying attention to you because you are genuinely interested in them and their family. And then O stands for occupation. What do you do for living? Oh, I'm in IT business and I'm. Oh, wow, that's a really good industry. Let me ask you one question. What part of IT you work in? Or, for example, somebody is in pharmaceutical industry, somebody is in automotive industry, whatever the industry is, you start asking few questions about that industry. And what do you think? How difficult is this profession is, and where did you get all that education? Tell me about your expertise in that kind of thing. So people get really comfortable when you start asking about their occupation, and you're taking again interest in their personal occupation and personal life. They would love to tell you, oh yeah, I got this degree in this and that, whatever they do. And the third alphabet is R, which stands for recreation. Oh, beside this job, what do you do for your recreation? Do you play golf? Do you like cricket? Do you like hockey? Or they will say, oh, yeah, 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 I like hockey. I like cricket. Oh, okay. So what kind of do you play yourself or you just watch it? No, no, I play also. Okay. What do you do? Are you a batsman or are you a bowler? Whatever you ask, or same thing. And then you tell, oh, wow, I like cricket too. Maybe we can hang out sometime together, kind of thing. And last but not the least, which is the M, stands for motivation or message. What brought you in this networking event? Oh, yeah, I just started another company on the side, and I'm trying to expand my business. So I thought that let's go and meet some new people. So that's why I came here. Oh, what kind of business? Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Okay, wow. So what's your definitely target clients are? Okay, okay. How can I add value to your this? And now you start showing your interest genuinely. So this gentleman, whoever, or this lady, whoever you're talking with, obviously start going to think about you, that you are a real nice person, because you didn't say what you do, what I do, what me, because you're just talking you, or he or she, not me. So obviously, people like to be heard. They don't want to be definitely listen somebody they don't know yet. So you broke that ice, and now you have a good relationship along with them. And again, the most important skill in networking is listen before you speak. A generous ear is one of the greatest tools in your networking toolbox. A good listener establishes trust, connection, and mutual understanding. All quality conversations and relationships can be connected back to this one simple activity if you start listening people. Because communication is a two-way skill. Speaking and listening. Speaking is sharing, listening is caring. People don't care how much do you know, but people do know how much do you care. So your listening skill shows caring, and people like to be cared. So make sure you become a great listener. Do the practice. Is sometime it takes a little while, but it's okay. Once you start doing that, it's going to become your second nature, and you will be a great listener. So here are some tips to ensure that you come across as a good listener. Like, for example, whenever you speak, ask an open-ended question. Ask an open-ended question, not the close-ended. What is open-ended question? Like people ask, "Are you going there? Do you do that?" No, no. Don't start any question with "Are you? Do you?" No. Always start what, when, where, how, and why. So when you do that, that's an open-ended. It's going to give to you the other person to speak more and tell more about whatever the question is. And you always listen to the response. Always pay full attention there, be 100% there, and listen to the response. And once when he finishes his answer, always follow up with a statement. Wow. Oh, wow. That's amazing. It's great. Well, tell me a little bit more about that kind of thing. So when you give in a statement, that shows that you are really listening to the other gentleman and other person, whoever you were talking with, and then he is going to have you. Uh, he's going to show his interest and respect for you because they want to be heard, and you are hearing them or you are listening them carefully. Now keep them talking. I mean, don't interrupt. When you ask a question, please do not interrupt. Let them finish. Here are some great questions that evoke more than just yes or no response. Like, what is the size of your organization? What is your customer demographic? How does your company stand out from the competition? Do you have much direct client contact? What products or services do you provide? What do you see as major trends in the industry? If you find yourself making a strong connection, feel free to ask a couple of personal questions, but be sure keep it positive and nothing too deeply personal. Discovering that you have a mutual interest outside of the business is also a great way to establish a rapport. And you have to make sure you're attracting the right energy. We network to engage and do business with successful, energetic, enthusiastic people, and the people we meet are looking for the same things. So, being mindful of what energy you are emoting is essential to your success. Whatever you are going to emote, you are going to get back. After all, whatever you put out is what you get back. If you are not enthusiastic about your business or what you are pitching, that will come across in your message and conversation. And instead of attracting new contacts, you are likely to repel the people you were hoping to engage. Pay attention to how you are interacting. Positive energy attracts positive energy. So remember to approach your interaction with the same energy you're hoping to attract. Be careful what you ask for. When networking, we are presenting our best, most professional selves. So be sure not to break the decorum by asking for something straight away. A lot of time people make this mistake. They start selling. They just want to throw their selling pitch. No, don't do that, please. Otherwise, you're going to lose. So, as with many any partnership, it takes time to get to know and build trust with someone. So, making a specific request when you have only just met someone is a sure way to diminish the likelihood of future engagements. Networking is getting to know the people. The benefits of your relationships come once a solid rapport has been established. Like I say, you have to become visible first, credible, and then profitable. It's not hunting, it's farming. Don't try to hunt people in this process. Otherwise, you're repelling people. They are going to run away. Now, follow your lead. One of the first step is establishing good rapport when networking is to always follow up with your viable contact within 24 hours to express your pleasure at having met and maybe mention a specific standout moment in your conversation. If you are interested in further developing your relationship, you may consider the following few steps. For example, ask contacts to lunch or coffee, connect via social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, phone, or you can call to set up a follow-up meeting if you think that that's very important. So why not? And now you have to locking down your lead. So you have gone to your networking event and now you have sent your follow-up email to those who you're connected with during that event. The next step is to wait for a response from your contact. To ensure that the people you met are interested in furthering the conversation, make sure you leave the event knowing that you left your contact with the following. Like visibility, I told you, a clear idea of what you are and what you hope to do. And then credibility, a sense of mutual trust that you are good whatever you do. And then interest, a shared interest or goal, which you talk to them. If you have covered these three things, you should have no problem deepening your connections. You can build your connections and you can enhance your relationship with those people.
Thank you very much for joining us, and I apologize for the initial hindrance in the technical. That was a technical issue because I'm not a technical person, but I did try my level best to do whatever I could. And now let me open up for all our participants who are here. I would like to have any question if they have, and so we can answer. But again, I can tell you a true story. A couple of years ago, I was in an event and I was a keynote speaker on a networking event, and they asked me to speak there. And it was like almost 400 people were in the room, which was a huge hotel room. So I asked the first question: how many of you are ready to sell your product right now? Everybody, I said, raise the hand. Everybody raised the hand. Almost everybody. I didn't see anybody who didn't. And following question was, I said, now I have another following question. How many of you are ready to buy a product right now? Can you raise your hands? I saw no hands up. So my friends, in a networking event, don't try to sell because nobody comes there to buy. And don't try to even sell because you are not going to sell anyway. The networking events are meant for not selling, but telling who you are, what do you do, and how you're different than others. Because, like I said, visibility, credibility, and profitability. You have to become visible first. You have to introduce yourself. Then you have to become credible, trustworthy, that people know that you do good, whatever you do. So that's going to build the trust. And once they are going to build the trust, then they are going to do business with you. So let me open up, and if you guys have any question, feel free to ask, so we can go from there.
So, first of all, the session was great, and we learned a lot of things. So, uh, about the formula you presented here, it was great. But uh, can you elaborate the open-ended questions in networking event if you have very limited time over
Hmm.
there, and how can we manage to extract information in a limited time? But if you ask a open-ended question, people start telling their whole background and stories.
Hmm.
How can we get the information which we need?
Such an amazing question, and that's a very important question in terms of networking. And most of the time, I see, honestly, in networking events, people come there and they stay with the same person for the entire hour, and at the end, they meet only one or two people in the hour and a half or 2 hours and waste their time. Networking is an event where you're not going to spend more than few minutes with one person because you want as many people as you can connect with. So my question is a open-ended question, but you are not asking about the entire life story. That's why we have follow-up meetings with those people that which we most of the time we manage. So, like in family, just ask, oh, you live with a family, how many kids you have? How it's an open, because he's going to say, oh, I have three kids. Okay, how old are they? Now he's going to tell all the three ages. Okay, and they study here in the same school district or somewhere else. Oh, now my one son is studying in Islamabad or in another city or blah blah blah. So now it's an open-ended, but it's not so detailed. Same thing about occupation. What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm in IT. Oh, what kind of IT you work with? Oh, I'm in cybersecurity. I'm in this. I'm in that. Oh, how long you been working in this industry? Oh, it's been like 14 years. Where did you graduate? I mean, did you study that or you just adopted? Then you say, no, I have a master's in that and blah, blah, blah. But it's still open-ended. It's not a yes or no answer thing. So brief and precise. And again, if somebody wants to go a little beyond that, you can say, yeah, I love to hear this entire story. Let me get your business card and why should not get together? And we should have a real chat because right now we are in networking too. But I believe it's going to be really a good time if we will get together again. And you just take the business card and get disconnected. That's how you. But don't waste too much time in one person. Because networking means you're there to find more people, as many as you can, and you have no idea who is going to be really profitable in the future for you right now because you're strict. So that's how you do. But you still do. You can't ask uh, just like do you do this? Oh no, I don't. Now you have no need to go further. Are you coming in the next session? Yeah, and then done. So why should I ask those questions? I should ask some question which is relevant to him and interesting. He is interested to tell me a little bit more, and then we can set up a detailed meeting, like over a cup of coffee, over a lunch, or whatever convenient for you can set up.
Okay,
Any other
so
question? Any other question? Munir?
डॉक्टर साहब, ये जो एलिवेटर पिच है, इसमें आपने कहा कि इंट्रोडक्शन हो अपने बिजनेस के जो अपना और अपने जो बिजनेस का है या अपने ब्रांड का है उसकी डिस्क्रिप्शन हो, और इसमें फर्दर मतलब क्या कुछ हम इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं?
Yeah, uh, it's a very good question again, and it's a very detailed question, but I will answer you as quick as I can. Elevator speech means if you are going in an elevator up to the sixth floor or seventh floor maximum. So, what are the seven sentences you are going to tell people? Because if you are somebody is going only first floor, you don't have too much time to explain. So the first sentence is going to be, "My name is Munir Ahmed Khan from Peshawar," whatever. All right. So in this way, that's the only time you have. But when you are going to the second floor, and you're going to say, "I assist people," like I told my elevator pitch, businesses and individuals to grow through my speaking, coaching, and training sessions. That's my second. Now the third, then you can say, we usually assist more like individuals, the pharmaceutical industry, IT industry, whatever industry or accounting. That's how you're going to explain a little more further, and then you can tell the if he is going to the fifth floor, then you can tell what makes us difference is because we provide this as compared to others, whatever your industry is. So in this way, you have up to the sixth floor, you have almost minute or minute and a half total altogether to explain who you are, what you do, and how you're different than others. That's all you need. But after that, the bottom line is you have to exchange your business cards. Most of the time, I take their cards rather than giving my own. And then I do my follow up. If I like somebody and I feel like this is a real good match for my business or my industry, I call them for follow up and I get connected. either through LinkedIn, through Facebook, and at top of that, I usually make a follow call and email. So I email them or I just make a phone call and I invite them. Why we can we get together for a cup of coffee? What will be a good day and what will be a good evening for you to get together? And then usually 90% people, if they like you because the way you did this networking, because you were always genuinely interested in them and you ask all those questions, they will never refuse you. I can tell you. They will come and meet you because they want to have a detailed your introduction because you didn't tell them which they would love to know versus you just ask them. So this is a good way to get connected. This is like I said, it's a farming business. It's hunting. You didn't hunt people, you farm. You sow the seeds, and they would love to come more towards you rather than you are interested. So you can do that. And by the way, because of this interruption in the beginning, every person who already registered for my this webinar, which are a lot of people, I'm going to send a flip ebook, which is going to give you all the script which you heard from today. So you don't have to worry about. Put the notes very good. Otherwise, you still have an opportunity to read through that with all the slides. So I will send you, and probably you already got in your emails by this time the QR code.
मिल गई है सर,
Hmm?
पहुंच गई है बोल,
What?
ई बुक आ चुकी है सर.
Oh, yeah. So you can just,
I have received a e-book.
mhm. Yeah. So you
ई
can.
बुक मिल चुकी है सर, ईमेल आ चुकी है मैं.
Okay, great. I'm glad that you got somehow. So that's how you can do that. Okay. Any other question?
सर ये मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि जो नेटवर्किंग में आपने कहा एलिवेटर पिच है, तो एलिवेटर पिच,
आपकी आवाज डिस्कनेक्ट हो रही है.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि जो एलिवेटर पिच है, इसमें हमने ही स्पीकिंग मतलब हमने जिसको हम पिच कर रहे हैं.
हम्म,
हेलो
जी 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 कहिए.
हेलो
जी कहिए.
हेलो. अच्छा सर, ये मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि एलिवेटर पिच जो होगी इसमें हम ही बोलते रहेंगे या हमने लिसनिंग भी करनी है यहाँ पर ड्यूरिंग द.
आपको तो बोलना ही नहीं है. आपको सिर्फ एलिवेटर पिच
सर
देके
एलिवेटर पिच के दौरान हमने सिर्फ अपना ही बोलना है, या सपोज हमने उसको हमारी पिच लंबी हो रही है.
आपको बोलना ही नहीं
जी
है.
जी
आपको तो सिर्फ अपना तारुफ कराना है 12 लफ्जों में. सिर्फ 12 लफ्ज की स्पीच है आपकी. उसके बाद लेट देम स्पीक बिकॉज
ठीक है.
आपने तो उनको आइंदा के लिए उनसे मीटिंग सेट करनी है ना. ये तो नेटवर्क कर रहे हैं. आप नेटवर्किंग इसलिए कर रहे हैं कि आप जाके बताना चाह रहे हैं कि मैं सुल्ताना डाकू हूँ इस इलाके का. ना ना, आपने सिर्फ उनको ये बताना है कि हु यू आर, व्हाट डू यू डू. ठीक है. फिर अगर वो पूछे कि भाई कैसे करते हैं आप, हाउ डू यू डू दैट, so you can say, oh, it's a detail. Why we won't get together? Give me your business card, so I will give you a call, and we are going to sit down and talk about that. That's all. लेकिन आप अपने बारे में मी मी वाला पहली चीज तो ये लिख लें आप अपने नोटबुक में कि there will be no me 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 me. It's going to be he or she or you. That's all. Because this is all about them. Networking, you don't go to sell anything or to get to do the sales pitch there, but you just try to tell who you are. That's all. So once they know who you are, Mr. Munir Ahmed, that's all, and then the rest is in future, whatever, because you just sow the seed. Now you are going to reap it later. So don't tell too much about you. Yeah. I usually don't even give my business card either. I just get business cards from others. And then I pick whoever I like so I can get connected and I can invite them for like my next meeting, one-on-one meeting where we can sit down and we can detail. So I will give you some tips for the next following the meeting detail too in future, so you can learn how to invite somebody, sit down one-on-one, and then still you don't try to tell everything of you, but you just tell them whatever they need to know. Any other question?